I'm sitting here wondering if we need to have a block party before we even start the video. And my finger's itching, but I'm gonna let it slide. Let's go forward. All right. Hello, Knockouts. Tonya TKO here. I couldn't help myself. All right. Listen. We had to have a block party before we even got started. Now that's a new one. I almost had to come out from the startup screen to do this block party and then go back. But you know, I let it roll. Listen, we are here, and I honestly don't want to do this video. I kind of feel like I got dragged. Into this saga, and I don't want to do this video. There's actually going to be some things that I'm not going to discuss, but behind the scenes, when the text notification squad and I were going over details, there were things that I did discuss with them that I don't want to use publicly because I do not want the manosphere to get a hold of some of the things that we're going to be talking about, right? Listen, somebody triggered me before we got started because I don't like the word pathetic. I don't. Nothing I do is pathetic. You know, and it's like if you don't enjoy the content, then you don't have to watch, you know. It's as simple as that. So listen, let's go ahead and get live on all of these platforms. I did give them enough grace, but I thought about it. But I don't like blocking people, but you know. Let's go ahead and let's get this party started. We're live on Twitch, we're live on Twitter, we're live on Facebook, we're live on LinkedIn, and of course, we are live on YouTube. I am your host, Tonya TKO, and I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics to give teachable lessons for what self-love looks like in our lives. And today we're talking about, you all are so silly. We're talking about Brickgate. And for those of you who don't know what Brickgate is, there's a young woman by the name of Rhoda, and she did a video that is and has been upsetting to many Black women because in the video she is asserting that a male, presumably Black because she was calling him the N-word, hit her in the face with a brick after a nightclub while she was out, and and the reason was because she didn't want to give him her phone number. This is what she's alleging, right? Now, there are self-love lessons here for us. In the very first video, I showed some videos that she had done and had participated in. And the videos that I showed for your sake, for you to use discernment about the character, the integrity, the energy of the person whom is coming out and asserting these things that we don't know what is true and what is not true, right? I'm going to present some things to you this evening, but before we do that, I need us to talk about the real issue at hand. Because the real issue at hand is that we live in a society where men and their fragility, we live in various patriarchies around the world where men feel as if they are owed a woman. They feel that if they're attracted to you, you should be attracted to them. That in order to be able to get away from them, you have to conjure up some imaginary man. And things, it should not have to be that way. Women should not have to give out a fake phone number or get a Google Voice number and stand there, right? Until he calls and be, under threat of harm because he can't take no for an answer, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But let's talk about the overarching things, right? Number one, avoid. The vast majority of assaults and capital M words that occur in our society, the unalivings, come at the hand of XY chromosome persons. Avoid areas where you see them gathered. Avoid areas where you see them meandering. Avoid areas where you see them hanging about aimlessly. If you live in areas where this is a common practice, I implore you to keep your nose to the grind and do what you have to do to get out of these areas, right? That's number one. Number two, if you are out and about and you do not feel safe, especially if you're leaving an establishment that does have security give you an escort to your vehicle. Contact the police to get a police escort. The police will even drive you home, right? Contact the police. These are your tax dollars. The vast majority of police officers throughout the evening and the day are not doing anything, right? So get a police escort. Somebody is saying look and run. Yes, absolutely, right? 3, order a car service. Order a car service, regardless of whatever they're doing in your particular area, whether they have taxis or whether you can call them up. And don't leave the establishment until your ride is outside. Let me just put ride over here, because you can do ride share, you can get a pickup, you can do any of those things. And don't leave the establishment until your ride is outside, and then just get right inside. Don't meander with these people, because these people have shown you that they are dangerous, right? 4, don't argue with them. Don't engage in back and forth dialogue with them in heated discussion. Don't do it. Some of these people are waiting for themselves to get amped up and hyped up enough so that they can give themselves the excuse that they need to be able to strike you, to be able to harm you, and to even try to harm you mortally or wound you mortally, right? Number 5, weapon. Get a weapon, and when you're out there, keep your hand on your weapon. It's as simple as that. When you're navigating, keep your hand on your weapon. Stay ready. When you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I remember years ago, I needed to, I had done a little stint with FEMA. And with FEMA, when a disaster strikes, you have to be prepared for that call. You have to have a way to store your vehicle, to lock up your home or your abode, someplace to put it. So I realized then that when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So if you're already ready, just listen, just keep your hand on your weapon. Whatever your weapon is that's legal in your area, keep your hand on your weapon. Number 6. No protection, or I don't want to say no protection. How do I put this? Do I say on your own? Oh, here we go. Protect yourself. Protect self. The biggest self-love lesson I believe out here right now is for you to realize that you have to do the things to protect yourself. Um, Men are not going to protect you. They are telling you they have no desire to protect you. They themselves are afraid of other men. Their unalivings at the hands of other men out far exceeds that of the unalivings that these males are doing to women. So they are extincting themselves. This is what I'm saying to women. If we don't replenish the population, they're just going to go take themselves out. If we don't replenish and bring new supply for them, they won't have the numbers to commit these heinous acts, and they won't have the males to commit these acts against. Less of them means less violence. We need to live in a world that is governed by principles that people consider to be more feminine. The feminine ideals and principles are what's going to actually keep this world rotating. And I just want you to just pay attention to this. Oh, somebody said stay sober. That was actually on my list, but I'm a little leery about. I just want to say stay alert. So that will be number 7. Alert. Stay alert. And part of being alert is making sure that if you're out by yourself or with people that you don't know, that you're not drinking, that you are looking around at your surroundings, that you're aware of who is what and what is where and who's around you and all of that. Stay alert for your safety. Self-love is navigating in such a way that you realize that your life is precious. And when you realize that your life is precious, this stops you from arguing with these chronically violent people out there. It lets you be able to arm yourself so that you can protect yourself. Self-love has you staying alert. Self-love has you avoiding people who are statistically and chronically more violent and navigating away from those areas. They want to be in the nightclubs where there are no women. They want to be there with their penis and sausages smashing against bun on back. They want that. They don't want you there. They don't want your pretty scent and your soft skin, and they don't want your softness. They want you to be like that woman in the video that I showed in the last video, where she's over there running in the air on rubber bands as a man is kicking her in her stomach to keep her core tight, throwing 45-pound plates at her. If you didn't see it, go look at my last video. This is how they want you to be out there doing pull-ups while a trainer is kicking you in your doggone abdomen. This is how they want you to be out here hulking. They don't want you in your pretty sundresses. They don't want you in those high heels and those tight pants out at the club with your boobs pushed up nice. They don't want that. They want to be in bulldog clubs where there's nothing but you all. For those of you from Atlanta back in the days, you know bulldogs. I went to Bulldogs by mistake one night. And something seemed weird. And it didn't dawn on me until I was inside the club. There wasn't no damn women there. And I was like, wait a minute. The energy was so skewed. This is what they want. They don't want to be around your feminine energy. They don't like your feminine energy. They like other men. They like being around other men. They like those hulking muscles and curly hairs on the chest. They like that. They don't like the balance that the feminine brings. They don't like it. So avoid them. Stay away from them. When you see them, walk in the other direction. Run if you have to. It's as simple as that. If you understand what I'm saying, put a hand up. Or just do a shift 6 so that you can put the little triangle up. Because sometimes people say put stuff up and you're not on your mobile phone. But yeah, you can do that from a computer, shift 6. So yeah. So that's what I have to say about that. And if you all are ready to jump into the story, we're going to jump into the story, right? Now, I am your host, Tonya TKO, and as you know, I'm a self-love specialist. I'm going to put 24 minutes on the clock, and that's when we're going to take our first break, right? How long have we been on here? Wow, we've already been talking. So let me put 15 minutes on the clock because we've already been talking for 15 minutes. Okay. There's a part of me that doesn't want to do this video because I don't want it to be used as ammunition by the manosphere, because there's some, and I wish that I never reported on this story to begin with, but I started out in the, I guess some things were just meant to happen, because I started out that morning being like, look, we're going to break this story all the way down. And I thought the story was going to go a different way than it actually began to go, right? All right, now I'm going to just say this outright. I'm going to show you information. It is up to you to interpret that information as you wish until we find more information. We are going to, I guess we're going to stay on the search for what is truth in this situation. So we were watching Yanni's video earlier. We're going to finish watching that up. Yanni happens to be in Texas. I believe she's in the Houston area. And we're going to finish watching her video because her video has some of the stuff that I was going to play from another source in here. And so it just makes more sense to just, watch it from her area. What's going on? What's happening? There we go. All right. So, have people been scammed? I don't know. I'm going to present information to you, and I'm going to show you a problematic set of behaviors, as well as some statements from people who allege that they know her in real life. I'm going to show you a lot of different things, so just get prepared. It's a little too late to be eating popcorn, so if you have like some tea, unsweetened tea that you want to sip and drink as we watch, you can go ahead and do that.
Nashville, Tennessee, or within the surrounding area of Nashville, Tennessee. So it's interesting how this man hopped online and just flat out lied. But wait a minute, I have a plot twist for you. So there's a rumor circulating around Houston, because you all know that I live here. And the rumor is that this entire story is a hoax. I just don't know how true it is. Now, to give you an official update here in Houston, the news station, I think it's called K Houston or something like that, they tried to reach out to Ro to get an official statement from her, because she has now gone viral on social media and people were reaching out. So she has been avoiding police. She has also been avoiding news reporters, allegedly. However, with me living in Houston, she has not been on the news yet, but she definitely went viral all over social media.
Let me add my 2 cents on this part right here. So we're showing this video because the man who came out and said that he was there, it is stated that he lied. I looked into his information. He does not reside in the Houston area or in Texas. He resides up in Tennessee, right? Text Notification Squad knows this because we met behind the scenes today. I called news stations in Houston because at this point, we want to find this guy and bring him to justice. We want to see what is going on and how we can help this young lady, because if she was hit in the face with a brick by a man, she deserves justice, right? When I called the news station, I contacted, what is this station? Fox 26, right? I contacted Fox 26 as well as KHOU. I spoke with a person in the newsroom at Fox 26, and they have distanced themselves from this story. There is a reporter at Fox 26. He is an independent producer who produces his own show. They told me that they distanced themselves from this story, that they are not the ones who are reporting on this, that for any information that I needed to write to the guy, his name is Isaiah Carey. I'm going to play the video and show you the page, because I was looking for a few different things and I was able to get the name of the club, right? So shout out to the Knockouts. Thank you for the help that you gave me in researching and sleuthing this story, right? When I spoke with the news desk at Fox 26, they are hands off on this story. They said contact this independent producer. So I contacted the producer, and I was met with a canned response saying that if they want to be in contact with me, they will contact me. If not, then they won't, right? This is just some cut and paste answer, right? So nonetheless, this story is not being reported by reputable news agencies in the Houston area. This woman was allegedly attacked outside of a nightclub in Houston. And we're going to talk more about that once we get into the GoFundMe parts of this, because for those of you who know about Jasmine Island or Jasmine Eland, when she was attacked in that nightclub in Atlanta, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen, right? So we're going to talk more about that, but let's continue here.
She's everywhere, but yet locally, no news reporter can get a hold of her, and the police are also trying to get a hold of her, and no one has been able to get in contact with her. Not only that, she has an interesting history behind using GoFundMe. So if this situation ends up being a hoax, this is another public L that I would have to hold. And it just goes into what I've been saying lately on my platform, that if you are a woman and you do not file a police report, you just come online and you give people a sob story and you don't call the police, you don't help yourself, I'm going to assume that you're looking for clout. I'm going to assume that you're looking for attention. I'm going to make it a requirement now that if a woman comes online with a sob story, that she has went to the police, she has filed a police report, and she is now working with local news if she has gone viral, because when you go viral, you get a lot of attention. And so news reporters will reach out to you. Local news stations will reach out to you for a story. And she has been avoiding police and news reporters. So this entire situation is interesting to me. So we have no idea. Roe has not updated.
You all are saying you like my lipstick color. Thank you. This is from the Red Pack, which will be available this Christmas. These are two different signature colors mixed together, which will be available for you. Don't worry, I got you. Baby, don't worry. You know that I got you. Let's continue.
Her TikTok. She hasn't said anything. So we're just here sitting, waiting for her to make an official statement. But she refuses to talk to anyone. Police. She refuses to talk to a news reporter, but she's collecting money on her GoFundMe. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit the notification bell.
And you know what? Go check out Yanni. Her channel is Real Talk with Yanni. And so I'm happy that she has all of this together, because I know that I can be a bit verbose. So her having this compact and condensed in one video, because you all sent me this stuff. And so she's going to play a recording that somebody sent me earlier of a young lady who contacted the police in Houston. Oh, and I contacted Houston PD non-emergency line as well. The people from the text notification squad. This is what, you know, a vlogger who does their due diligence, this is what we're doing behind the scenes. And it took hours. I was on hold for hours, transferred to different phone numbers and all this other stuff, right? So I did speak with someone at HPD, but look, there's a recording here. So let's take a listen.
So that you are notified for when I upload, and I'll catch you in my next one.
I'm also being straight up with you and knowing, like, I didn't even know about this. I didn't even know it was not even happening until you brought it to my attention.
And that's what scares me. The video she made was over a day ago. So, I mean, there's been times where they're not able to tell me, yeah, this woman did file a report. But what they are able to tell me is, ma'am, we received multiple calls on the incident. It's being investigated. That is okay to tell me, right? So,
and yeah, it is. And I'm being honest with you. This is the first time I even heard about it. And like,
of course, I know how the law works. But what I'm confused about is why you guys are not reporting it. I mean, shouldn't we be looking for an assailant? Is he black? Is he white? Is he tall? Is he skinny? That should be something you're releasing to the public to warn other women I mean, what about that part?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, of course, I agree. I agree with that.
With all those people out there in Houston, are you telling me that you guys haven't received any calls about someone being assaulted? Can't you tell me that much?
No, ma'am. This is the first time I'm actually hearing about that. I don't have social media, so I don't really keep up what's going on with the social media.
No,
world, honestly.
I understand that, but if this happened in public and a bunch of people called you guys, you would be able to tell me that, yes, we received a lot of calls about the incident, it's being investigated. You would be able to tell me that much, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if she made a report, then yeah, it would be investigated.
All right, so there's more. There's more. So the young lady who did that, let me just go to my TikTok so I can get her name for you, because her name is the woman who did that call, because I want you all to be able to know the sources that I have, right? So her name is the Queen of Accountability. That's her name.
Report, then yeah, it would be investigated.
So her name is the Queen of Accountability. She's on TikTok. You can take a look at her, right? There's more. So while I was live backstage with the text notification squad, I contacted the hospital closest to the club. People are saying that she drove herself to the hospital, that she wouldn't take an ambulance, or she didn't take an ambulance, or the ambulance was not called, that she drove herself to the hospital, right? I contacted the hospital. I contacted the records department. They would not give me record of whether or not she stayed in the hospital, which is fine. I understand HIPAA, right? That's fine. I wasn't expecting to. I just wanted to kind of get a sense for, just to kind of navigate. I mean, if they were going to give it to me, I'd be like, okay. But if not, that's fine, right? When I spoke with the people in the emergency room department, in the emergency department, right? When I spoke with people in the emergency department, they informed me that it is state law that if a person comes into the hospital that has been the victim of a crime, that the hospital must file a police report. I contacted the police department to verify whether or not hospitals are obligated to file police reports, and the police confirmed that the hospital is obligated, that even if the person does not want to file a police report, the hospital is obligated to file a police report. This is what I learned today, right? Okay. And then from there, right, let me just say this. Rhoda, you have a lawsuit on your hands. This is big money for you. You can become a millionaire. If these people did not have adequate lighting, adequate security to be able to protect their patrons, and you are injured on their property, you can become a millionaire. Contact me. I will get you in touch with the billion-dollar lawyers who can give you a referral for lawyers in your area that will take on this case. Please file a police report. It is being stated that there's no police report on file for this incident. Now, the two guys who were there, they claimed that they called the police, right? And that they were talking to the police. Did she not cooperate with the police and leave the scene without filing a report? When she went to the hospital, she would have had to lie about how she became injured. Was she on camera telling us she was injured one way, but then at the hospital she lied and said she was injured in a different way? Not only that, security footage. So we do know the name of the club. They're not, actually, they're getting ready to open. Should we call them live on air now? Listen, it's about time for us to take a break. If we should call them live on air, first of all, I need somebody to let me know whether or not Texas is a one-party permission state. I got to look that up to see whether or not I need the other person's permission to film them. Right? So, there's a lot of moving pieces. So, Rhoda, please file a police report. Get lawyers involved. Rather than some GoFundMe for some $40,000, girl, you can become a millionaire. And there's something unfortunate. This is not the first time that she's put up a GoFundMe for personal injuries, especially to the face, as a result of an alleged attack from a man. This is not the first time. And we're going to read that other GoFundMe for you when we get back from this break. During this break, we are going to move. We're going to get up. We're going to stretch. We're going to move our arms and our bodies. We're going to dance. We're going to do push-ups, squats, reverse lunges, however it is that you want to do it. This is what we're going to do during this break. So I want you to get up out of your seat. I'm going to get up out of mine. Oh my goodness. And listen, if you're going to be out here beating people up, you're going to have to be able to be in physical shape. So listen, Texas is 2-party permission. Okay. Listen, I will see you back in 2.5 minutes. All right. All right. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. All right. Cash App is down. Their servers are down tonight for some reason, so I'm not able to get any of the apples. So if you send any, PayPal is still up, but Cash App is down. So I'll check those in the middle of the night or tomorrow morning or something like that, and I'll send you back an emoji when I check it, right? All right, so let's jump back into this story here. While we were on hold, I called the lounge, and they're not open yet. So they're not answering. They're supposed to be open in the next 3 minutes, so we can try them again. But I just wanted to let you all know that, because I was going to call while we were on air, but I was like, let me just at least test it out. All right, so there are other things that we need to discuss, right? Let me show you her GoFundMe, right? So this is her GoFundMe right here. This is the GoFundMe that she put up where she's collecting monies right here. Help Rhoda recover, right? She has brought in $41,000, right? Now think about this. If you have the ability to sue and get millions, right? Or do a GoFundMe and get a few tens of thousands, wouldn't it make more sense to get a lawyer and get millions from this club, get the club shut down, get that whole place closed down? Right. So let's take a look at this. It says, my good friend Rhoda was viciously attacked with a brick by a man she refused to give her number. She was surrounded by onlookers who stood by and did nothing to help her, not even calling an ambulance. The video is now viral all over Twitter, IG, and TikTok. Rhoda is a single mother and student. I'm trying to get the thing up. She is a single mother and, Rhoda is a single mother and student. She is a beautiful person who is always there for others. Because of this vicious attack, she will have to manage hospital bills, therapy, and time away from work, school, and children while she heals mentally and physically. Unfortunately, no one stepped in to help her that night. It would mean so much if we could step up and help her as she heals. Rhoda asked me to share the video that's gone viral. Please share and support, right? So her channel is now gone, right? The videos are unavailable. Somebody started a new channel with her name, but it's not her because it links to a different GoFundMe. But she was able to raise $41,000. Thank you all so much for support. Rhoda is moved. Your donations will go a long way, blah, blah, blah. You can read that yourself. You can Google it. But wait, there's more. There's more. This is another GoFundMe from 2020, right? So in 2020, there was a GoFundMe called, let me make this larger so you can see this. Help Black Muslim mother pay her medical bill, right? She raised $4,850, right? 3 years ago, she did this, right? And it was put up by a company called Creating Pathways for This Generation, right? And it is being alleged here, listen, a young Black Muslim single mother was viciously assaulted by private security in Minneapolis, sustaining multiple facial contusions, a black eye, and injuries to her leg and back. She needs an estimated $5,000 to pay for medical bills, legal fees. You're attacked, but you need legal fees. A new phone, because I guess her phone was damaged here. Was he asking for her phone number and then threw her phone down and started beating her up in that situation as well, allegedly? I don't know, but another phone was involved here, right? legal fees, a new phone, and more. Please donate if able, support and share. Thank you. If donating through blah, 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 and then they go on and they give more information. So this is also for Rhoda, right? So this was done for Rhoda 3 years ago, right? There's more, right? So now Yanni is saying that these news stations are reaching out to her, that she won't give information, she won't give interviews, she hasn't updated. The last time she updated, she showed a video of her bruises and she was crying like, oh, I can't even go to work. I was supposed to go on vacation. I don't have vacation time. My son, da la la. She was crying and talking about what it is that she needed money for. I understand we have immediate medical bills. However, long game, Rhoda, get police involved, get a lawyer. Listen, I will put you in contact with people recommended by the mill, Chris Stewart and Associates. If you need like civil rights and all of that, and because look, let's take this to the fullest extent of the law, right? So let's continue going forward because there's more. There's more. So I wanted to show you something, and like I said, I've been apprehensive about really kind of doing this video because I don't want this video going into the hands of people who don't really care. They just want to smear, right? I care about the truth, and part of the reason that I'm putting this up is because I want us to look at how it is that we navigate through this world, right? Before I show you this next video, let me show you a statement. I'm gonna read two different statements from people who say that they know Rhoda personally, right? Let me get the first statement up for you all. Oh, I gotta put the timer on the clock. Let me put 20 minutes on. All right. Okay. So here is a statement from a young lady who says she knows Rhoda, right? She says, I know this was not an FBA man who did this to Sweet Caprice. I know Caprice/Rhoda. We went to an HBCU together and hung out together often. Knowing her, I can bet she was talking real loud shit prior to being slammed by a brick. I'm sorry this happened to her. Dang. Shit was always happening to her while we were in school. Trouble was her friend. However, she had a circle of level-headed people on campus that quote unquote tried to protect her. Sister is academic smart and street wild, talking shit and loud. However, Caprice can be very sweet when it comes to looking out for friends. I hope the dude that busted her face is apprehended. Although I am FBA, Caprice/Rhoda is not an FBA. Also, while in college, she was strictly dickly. Note, she is not BBL. That was all her for real. FBA is Foundational Black American. There are people who have decided to differentiate between people who are native to this land and people who have come here by way of immigration, etc. So I believe this movement was really started by Tariq Nasheed and other people like him. And listen, I get it because she called herself Reparations Rhoda and she was going around doing skits, slapping white people. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm sorry. We have these lantern flies around here, and a lantern fly had gotten in the house the other day, and they're attracted to me. There could be 1 million people around, and the lantern fly would fly towards me, and I felt my cord. It felt like a lantern fly on me, right? So nonetheless, whew, that was startling. That was startling. Not all Black Americans call themselves FBA. I think that people who are native Black people to this land should call themselves FBA, or at least differentiate. I believe that that's a good thing because when it comes time for reparations, and I believe that reparations will be given, I listen, the Queen owes Caribbean people, the Queen, now the King, the royal family owes Caribbean people reparations. And the people from this land owe foundational Black Americans reparations. So I think that the need for differentiation is necessary. I sorry, I didn't mean to scare. I mean, I was scared too. I was scared too. Nonetheless, oh, this was a comment that I put up the other day to just make my stance be known, right? I say women are very communal, and on the toxic end, it manifests as groupthink and punished ostracizing and exile from social groups. Think about it. That's how girls bullied in middle school, and it still exists today as adults. Basically, the quote unquote, think like we all think, or we will punish you and gather others to punish you too. We will eject you from the social circle and gather others to harm you and or your reputation. We will also incite misunderstanding with the skewing of your words or actions to make sure others don't like you too. And I say, thank goodness I've always been an outcast and love standing on my unique set of morals unabashedly. I am a leader, not a blind group follower. That's what I said, right? Oh, goodness. People drop their phone. Sorry. So yeah, so that's my statement, because when I put out the video the other day, there were a lot of people, women who were calling me names, spreading rumors about me, saying they're unsubscribing and trying to get others to unsubscribe as well. There are also people who are attempting to bully me on YouTube, and other content creators who are telling other content creators not to collaborate with me and blah, 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 blah. And look, it's all good. It's all good. That's what is meant to be shall be. That which is not will not. That's fine. So here, oh, this is something I wanted to talk about the other day, but I won't even bother to talk about that right now. I won't bother. But what I will do is I will read a state. Sorry. I will read a statement from. I need to take a screenshot of this and send it to myself, because the person wants to remain anonymous, because she or he is a good friend of or a good associate of Rhoda, and does not want to cause strife in the relationship. So let me just screenshot this real quick, and then I'll read this statement to you. And then I'm going to play you a set of videos that I think that you all need to see, so that we could be making an informed decision about who it is that we're supporting, why, and how. Give me just 1 second. Let me just send this screenshot to myself. And so there, because I want all angles to be represented. So this person happens to care for Rhoda very much and wanted you all to know this, right? Hold on. Let me, I need to open this back up again. Here we go. All right. So here. All right. So I need to go here, right? Let me get this up here. All right, here we go. This person says, I know her to be a spirited, caring, and educated young woman with a passion for social justice. And with her having a passion for social justice, this means that she knows she has a lawsuit on her hands. She knows that. Why not go the legal route? But that's fine. I've been in very similar social settings with her on multiple occasions, and she rejected advances in a manner that would in no way justify the heinous attack she suffered. Having encountered verbal and physical threats for rejecting advances myself, I can surmise that a lot of the negative feedback about her in this situation stems from a mixture of respectability politics, the vilifying of outgoing, opinionated women, and misogynoir tropes. So, right? So there we have that, right? And so that's the statement that she wanted you all to know, right? And so that's what she says, right? So let me show you something real quick that I think is important for us to see. So now this happened in oh my gosh, this happened this year. God, this happened this year in February. I just want you all to pay attention to this, right? Someone is asking if she can't identify him, who does she sue? I said this, you have to be on here on time. If you all need to get to the broadcast on time, go to www.tonyatko.com/TEXT. $1.99 a month plus fees. It turns out to be like $2.20 or something like that a month. You can get a text whenever I go live. It's $22 plus fees for the year, or $4.99 a month international, or $50 for the year. And you can be here on time so that you don't have to have me repeating things over and over again. The nightclub is negligent. They fail to protect people on their property. You can't just attack somebody on the property of a nightclub or outside a nightclub or as a patron leaving the nightclub. She's protected. And so they didn't provide adequate security if this attack really happened. So they are liable for her medical bills and all of that. They can't just get away with that. So listen, I want to show you this right here. This happened in February of this year. This is Rhoda at a hotel. She's at a Hilton hotel and she is in a quote unquote Karen situation, right? Listen, go ahead and share this video. Tag somebody who you feel needs to be here, or you can tag them for tomorrow. Share it to your WhatsApp group. Share it to somebody on Instagram. Share it on Facebook. There are people who are not here who need some of the lessons from today's video. Remember how that person who says she went to college with her, that trouble followed her, right? Let me read something to you. I'm going to read something to you from Robert Greene's book, right? All right. This is Robert Greene's book, The 48 Laws of Power, right? There's a section in here that talks about staying away from the unlucky, right? Let me see. Let me Google which chapter that is. 48 Laws of Power. 48 Laws of Power. Stay away from unlucky. Unlucky. Here we go. This is law number 10, right here. And you know what? The thing, I learned this many years ago, right? I learned this many years ago, that some people have an energy about them that attracts certain situations into their life. Not only that, they have a certain set of behaviors that they participate in that escalate situations, bring about certain situations, prolong certain situations, and they always seem to be wrapped up in some drama or some lack of luck. So here we go. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. You can die from someone else's misery. Emotional stales are as infectious as diseases. You may feel you are helping the drowning man, but you are only participating in your own disaster. The unfortunate sometimes draw misfortune on themselves. They will also draw it on you. Associate with the happy and the fortunate instead. And there's a whole chapter, read the whole chapter or the audiobook on that whole thing. There's certain people that are chronically and perpetually in certain situations. And I imagine that there's a lot of the people who are watching are also chronically in certain situations, chronically finding themselves fighting people, chronically finding themselves at the tail end of of injustice and all types of stuff. So I want to play this video for you all, right? This happened in February of this year. She was at a Hilton hotel. Listen to this exchange. Listen.
One, I'm making a formal complaint after making a verbal complaint. Don't back up because you knocked on my door 5 times. Ma'am, you called my phone 5 times and you called me 5 times. So, have you been in my room? Have you been in my room?
I'm gonna let the police take care of it.
Have you been in my room? I am shaking right now.
I don't have to answer.
I am shaking. Oh, you don't have to answer me? You're a manager? So, I will speak then. Since you don't want to speak for yourself, then I'm going to be the narrative. I am a Hilton's member. I am a guest here who have been here for since 10 o'clock last night. Everybody, as y'all know, I just flew in from Nigeria. This is the small hallway. I have not been out of my room. This woman told me that she walked up and down the hallway and told me that this room that I was in smells like marijuana. She has not been in my room. She has not come in my room. But she has accused me, out of all people, smoking weed, even though I've been asleep all night. So I wake up to several calls, and this woman telling me I must leave immediately. When I told you, ma'am, come into my room, inspect yourself. There is no weed smoke in my room. You have the wrong person. Did you come in my room? No, you refused because you chose. You chose. You don't have to. You do have to answer to me because I am the customer, and you know what you are. You're the employee. And guess what? I told her, please come and inspect the room. Stop backing up. I'm not coming towards you. You're the violent one. You are the violent one. You are racist. Racism is violent. Racism is violent. Being a black woman, coming into this country, coming into a hotel, being accused of smoking weed or cigarettes or whatever you said, when there's a hallway, and she said, I walked down this hallway and I think there's smoke coming out of your room. I said, please ma'am, come into my room, I'm asleep.
So there's a lot going on here, right? There's a lot going on here, right? What is it that you're picking up on so far? Right? What is it that you're picking up on so far? So one of the things that I'm picking up on is she starts saying that this is racism, that she's violent, etc. Right? So I just want you to peep game. Right?
Come and check. I'm not smoking in my room. She refused and told me I must leave. I wanted to stay for an extra day. She refused. I said, okay, I am a Hilton's member and I will call corporate. And guess what? I talked to them already. And they already gave me another room. And what is your name? Can you please tell me your name?
I don't have to answer to you.
Oh, you don't have to tell me your name, but I'm gonna look at your name tag. Why are you walking away? You are knocking on my room. I'm not being violent towards you. You're being violent towards me because you are the racist. So you don't want to answer. You don't want the world to know that you accused me of smoking weed. Then she told me that she's gonna call the police. Why are you calling the police? Why are you calling the police when there is no violence act? What are you calling the police for?
Do you not talk to her?
I can talk to whoever I want. Ma'am, I don't know where you're from. I am in America. I can speak to whoever I want. I don't have to calm down. I don't have to calm down. When people are being racist to me, I will not be calm. I don't have to respond to racism with calmness. I do not have to respond to racism with calmness. No, I am upset. I am offended. And I think you're very unprofessional.
Okay.
And I can speak to whoever I want. Don't you ever tell me or another customer who to talk to. I am not yelling.
Yes, you are.
Well, guess what? I will yell, and I can yell. Is yelling a crime? So she's gonna call the police on me for yelling? Call the police. I didn't do anything wrong.
You're refusing to leave the property.
I'm not refusing to leave the property. I'm making a verbal complaint, and I'm showing America how racist you are.
No problem.
Do not tell me or another black person who to talk to ever again.
I'm not telling you, but when
You just told me
when you're
not-
yelling at my associate,
Ma'am, you yelled at me. You called me a bitch on the phone.
No, I did
Yes,
not.
you did.
No, I did
yes,
not.
you did. And you can tell that she's a
No, I
liar.
did not.
And you can tell that she's a coward. You are a coward. You're a liar. And you're a racist. And you have no proof. I did not smoke in that room. You can go into that room, and there will be no smoke or no evidence of smoke because you are a liar. Okay. You chose to accuse the first black person, probably because you're a pale, ugly, stupid, I'm educated woman.
Thank you so much.
That's what you are.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you're very welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome for
Please
stealing
leave.
from black people forever,
Please
and then
leave.
also harassing them because they have better lives than you and they look
leave.
better than you. Guess what? You are very ignorant.
You need to calm
and
down.
I don't need to calm down. I don't have to do anything. You need to stop being racist.
Okay.
You need to stop being racist,
Have I said
and you
any
need to
racial
stop
comments?
telling black people what to do. Do
I
not
said-
ever police me. Do not ever tell me what to do, ever again. I paid to be in this room. I've been a Hilton's member.
Checkout was at 12, so
well,
technically
yeah,
you didn't
the
pay.
reason why I'm still here, and what time is it now? What time is it now?
It's 1 o'clock. Past the checkout.
You know
time.
why?
So
Because
now
I've been...
So let me ask you all a question, right? You know how you do anything is how you do everything. If they have told you that they want you to leave the hotel, you're in some sort of verbal altercation with the manager. It's 1 p.m. They said checkout is at 12. How long do you stay on this property? How long? Okay, she says she just flew in. Are all of the other rooms sold out? Are there no Airbnbs? But guess what? You don't want to see what I'm going to show you next about Airbnb and this young lady. Like I said, share this video, doggone. Share this video. Because the truth is the truth. Do you want me to show you what happened with her and an Airbnb? Do you want me to show? Listen, I'm going to show you if you're ready for the truth. But don't call me names. Don't call me names for showing what exists in reality. I'm going to play, we're only halfway through, and it's about time for us to take another dance break, right? Is that what she wanted? She wanted a free night? There's a lot more that I need to show you. It's about time for us to take our dance break, so get up out of your seat. Listen, get up out of your seat, and it's time to move because this is only halfway through, but this is not her first time. Listen. I'm not going to reveal everything that I have found out about her. I'm not going to reveal everything. I'm only showing you the stuff that, look, that I'm only going to show you the stuff that's for public consumption. I'm not going to show you everything, but I will say this. I will say this. This is not the first time that she's had the police called on her. And this is not... Let me be quiet. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to let you all take the dance break. Come on, get up out of your seat and let's move. Come on. Come on. I'm serious. Come on. Come on. How did that thing go? You all remember that? That black guy in the aerobics video? Listen, let me get out of here. We'll be back in 3 minutes. We're back. We're back. Anybody who is saying that she deserved a brick is foul, and you are representing yourself by saying that, and you're showing what type of human being you are. Nobody deserves to be hit in the face with a brick for, I mean, unless you were, even if you were trying to dunk a newborn baby into acid in some crazed, methed out rage, there are other ways that people can stop you. Grabbing the baby out of, I can't think of any reason why a person would need to be hit in the face with a brick. People can be stopped. So stop that narrative. No one is showing this because we feel that she deserved it, but let me say this. No one is showing this because we feel that she deserves it. We're showing this because this is the truth of how it is that she navigated in this world, how she handles conflict. And you can look at this for learning lessons about how you can do things differently. If you are the type of person that is constantly attracting and drawing discord and what's another word for discord? Gosh, I'm losing my vocabulary late at night. If you're constantly drawing these types of things into your life, you have to look at yourself and see what you can do differently, right? The Cash App, so Cash App is not working. PayPal should be though. So I'll check the PayPal real quick to see and read any comments there. For some reason, Cash App server is down. So let me refresh the PayPal. And there's nothing new on the PayPal. I'll check it in a few moments. I'll check it after we go from here. So here, let's jump back into this, because remember, she's calling the woman ugly. She's saying all of these, she's escalating. The woman is trying to just get her to leave the hotel now at this point, and she's escalating with claiming racism. The woman is a smoker. Was she smoking in the room? This manager and whoever else came to confirmed it enough to have her escorted out of the hotel. Nonetheless, let's continue.
Argue with you trying to make a complaint. Have I left? The reason why I'm still here, and what time is it now? What time is it now?
It's 1 o'clock. Past the checkout.
You know why? Because I've been arguing with you trying to make a complaint. Have I left? I'm not in the room. I'm in the lobby. I'm not in the room. I'm here making a complaint and showing everybody that you are implicit, racist. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to do anything. You need to stop being a racist woman. That's what you call the police. Because why are you calling the police? Because I made a complaint. You stupid, dumb woman. You don't even know the laws. I don't have to. So if I was a white woman making a complaint, you guys would call the police? Is that what you do? Is that your guys' formality? Is that what you guys normally do? So when a white woman complains, you guys call? Yes, don't tell me what to do. Sir, I am more educated about racism because guess what? I'm the expert. I'm the one that experiences it every day. And I'm experiencing it right now. So guess what?
Even the black, wait, hold on. I need to make a meme of this black woman's face. The black woman is, look at the black woman's face. Hold on, if I can make this. Look at the black woman's face. She's like, what is this woman talking about? Oh my goodness.
Guess what? If a white woman makes a complaint, do you guys call the police? Yes or no? Is that what you do? Is that your formality? So why are you calling the police on me? Why? Why?
You have to check out.
I already checked out. My bags are out of the room. I don't have to calm down. You need to stop being racist. I don't have to calm down. I do not have to respond to racism with calmness. Racism is upsetting. Racism is offensive. Racism is violent. And guess what? If I'm upset, it's because you're being violent towards me. Okay? I paid to be here, and guess what? If I'm upset, it's because you're violent people. Do you normally call the police on white people when they make complaints?
Do you want to step outside with me?
No, I do not want to step outside.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. woman said, "Do you want to step outside with me?" Damn. I don't understand why she's in here screaming like this. This is unbelievable.
Do you want to step outside with me?
Wait, I'm trying to figure out. Does she want her to step outside with her to have a conversation, or does she think that the woman wants to fight? Wow, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is a lot. Wow.
Any complaints?
Do you want to step outside with me?
No, I do not want to step outside with you because guess what? You're actually embarrassing. You know what? You should do better. Do you know? I'm not embarrassing myself. Ma'am, did she go to my room? What proof does she have that I smoked in my room? Have you been in the room? Nobody has been in the room. Nobody has been in the room. I can scream, I can yell, but guess what you can't do? You can't get away from being embarrassed. And guess what? I'm a Hilton's member. And guess what? I'm about to sue you and you're about to lose your job because y'all some ignorant people. Yes, you about to lose your job. And now y'all running because there are cameras. Talk about, do you normally call the police on white people when they scream and yell? Do you normally do that?
I'm sorry.
Do you normally do that? Or is it just for black people? Do you normally just walk back and are you a canine? She is a canine who walked by the room, who has never inspected it. Sir, I told you. What did I tell you? Man. Oh, you don't want to speak. You're refusing to speak to a customer. That's what I thought. I am a customer, bitch. I fucking paid to be here.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She just called this black woman a bitch. Why? Oh my gosh, why? Yo. She's talking about other people being violent to her and she is enacting verbal violence on them. Everybody else is calm. She's hollering. She's not even supposed to be there, so she's trespassing. I'm stunned by this. Yo, share this video. Share this video and use this as an example of how not to show up. Don't do this. Don't be like this. Don't do this. Don't be like this. Wow.
Bitch, I fucking paid to be here. I fucking paid to. I am a customer, bitch. I fucking paid to be here. I paid to be here. Did I steal? Did I not pay to be here? Did you not run my credit card? So you're lying about that too. So now, okay. So I didn't pay to be here.
You're big mad.
I am big mad because racism is upsetting. That's why I'm big mad. I'm big mad. I'm real mad. I'm real mad. I'm mad. When white people bother me, I'm mad. When black people fucking sit there and they're implicit and complicit, when they're complicit to racism, I'm disappointed. Yes, I'm mad. I'm mad. I paid to be here. And I told you to come in the room and inspect it. Why didn't you come and look in the room? Why did you refuse to do that? Because you know why? Because you know that I wasn't smoking, and you know that y'all were accusing me, and you know that you're lying, and that's why y'all quiet now. Embarrassing. Anyways.
They're quiet because they're trying to de-escalate.
A horrible day. You fucking coon ass bitch. And you stupid ass nigga, you looking dumb as fuck. And let me tell you right now, you're laughing, but you work here and you fucking coon ass bitch. And you stupid ass nigga, you looking dumb as fuck. Now, embarrassing. Anyways, you have a horrible day. You fucking coon ass bitch. And you stupid ass nigga, you looking dumb as fuck. And let me tell you right now, you're laughing, but you work here and you fucking let white women fucking be racist to black women. And you think that's funny. Girl, that's sad. You're a pathetic loser. And guess what? Do better. Do fucking better. Have some self-respect, you stupid ass bitch.
Yo. I had no idea that is how that went down. That's terrible. That's terrible. But you know what? 2 years before that, right? 2 years before that, She was put out of an Airbnb. This is what I'm saying. When the person said trouble follows her, 2 years before that, corporate Airbnb had to ban her, right? So here, let me read this for you. Let me read this for you. All right. It says racial matters, period. Let's keep listing. Steal black people's money, same as labor, with no explanation or recourse to recover the lost funds. And then gaslight me like I'm the problem. Airbnb is some straight Willie Lynch shit. I attempted to call and send emails. So this is an email that she sent to them. Hi, Amy. I have now called 4 different times and 4 different occasions to resolve this same problem. Each time I was on the line waiting for over 45 minutes. It's sad that the racial bias and incompetency of your team cannot acknowledge the severity of this situation. I have given you guys grace and patience, and all I have received in return is a generic response over and over again. It is clear to me now that this is pure racism, although I was really hoping this was a misunderstanding. Refusing to discuss the very racially charged situation. I'll scroll up so you can see the rest. The very racially charged situation, pure racism, although I was really hoping this was a misunderstanding. Refusing to discuss the very racially charged situation at my booking is unprofessional and violent. I will be going public and sharing this with my social media platforms, friends, and my legal team. Thank you for your lack of compassion and communication. Black people deserve better in 2020. With gratitude, Rhoda, and then she gives her last name, right? I don't want to say her last name on here, because, privacy or whatnot. So then she gets a response, right? She gets a response from them. And this is what Airbnb has to say. They say, thank you for contacting us about your concerns. After a thorough review, we have decided to uphold our original decision to remove you from the Airbnb community. We consider this decision final, right? Yeah. Then she wrote them again, and they sent her the same response. We consider this to be final, right? Thank you for contacting us about, here. Thank you for contacting us about your concerns. After thorough review, we have decided to uphold our original decision to remove you from the Airbnb community. We consider this decision final. So she's going from place to place getting put out. She wrote them again, and they sent her back the same message over and over again. Thank you for, and then another person wrote her, same message, right? Same message. Thank you for contacting us about your concerns. After a thorough review, we have decided to uphold our original decision to remove you from the Airbnb community. We consider this decision to be final. This is another person writing this. So she's going from place to place. Why is it that she's having all of these problems where she's staying? This is after my complaint about my money and racial violence. They thought they could alienate me by refusing to discuss it and hoping I would fatigue through the process, and they were right. I finally gave up. Airbnb dehumanized us and enabled white violence. She's going off. Then, not only that, here. So she's sending these receipts. So basically, she was in an Airbnb and something was damaged, right? What the heck? So she's all over. She's calling all of these people racist, right? So basically, okay, so here, so I'll read this to you. This is what the whole hoopla was about. This has somebody's phone number on it, so I don't want to show that. Let me see. I need to get this up off the screen because it has a person's phone number in there. And shout out to the people who send me receipts and who keep me informed. So shout out to investigative vlogging, I guess we could call it. Here, let me move this up. Okay, it's up. Okay. All right. So here, let me read this for you all. Hey, this is Jonas, the house owner. Just wanted to remind you to check out his 12. Please try to leave everything like it was when you arrived. I will pass by to lock all the doors and close the gate. Thank you. And she's like, good morning, Jonas. We're cleaning up now. Thank you. We had a great time. And he's like, okay, sounds good and no problem. Everything looks good. Just found one thing that got ripped up, and it's a net. We have to clean the pool. Not a big deal, though. I talked to your boyfriend, and the boyfriend and the remaining $300 payment, he said he would talk to you about it. So she's footing the bill. Other than that, everything looks good. And she says, yes, I will call my bank today and send the remainder Cash App or PayPal. Thank you. So what happened is something was damaged and she was paying them outside of the Airbnb. Airbnb removed her from the Airbnb community. She can't use Airbnb anymore. Then she went to Hilton acting the damn fool, right? Not only that, and somebody's saying, I guess the guy who hit her was viewing all of her old videos at the same time, decided to give some get back. Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what she's talking about. We're contacting the nightclub and we're looking for footage outside the club of this alleged attack. There's no police report. There was no ambulance ride. There was none of that. Something happened to her, yes. But why is it that she doesn't want to get legal involved and take this up the ranks and become a millionaire from this? Why? Why is she settling on some GoFundMe? From here and 3 years ago, a same GoFundMe for some violent attack where she was allegedly hitting her face and her phone and all this, that, and the other from 3 years ago as well. People coming into the broadcast late trying to play catch up. But look, there's more. There's more. There's more. Here, let me show you. Here. A few years ago, right? A few years ago, she was in a Dollar Tree. And she claims that the people in Dollar Tree were racist towards her. I mean, it's just, it's a theme, an ongoing theme that I'm seeing again and again, right? So here. Oh. I showed the other GoFundMe. She has. We'll talk more about that. I want to get this up and running for you all. Oh. These movement breaks are coming quicker and quicker because we're 2 minutes out from another movement break. Here. Oh my goodness. Here. All right. All right, so this was her a few years ago at Dollar Tree, right? Where she also claims racism. She claims that she was on the phone speaking in her native tongue. Some of you may have seen this video, right? Here. So I'm going to read this for you all, and we're also going to watch this video. But basically, she's being put out of another store, right? She's being put out of a store. She's being put out of another location. She's talking to this police officer. Let's take a listen, right?
Wrong. Nobody saw me do anything wrong, but you guys, so a random person came up to you guys and told you guys that I was swearing. Nobody saw it. Nobody could confirm it, but you're asking me to leave because I'm a black person.
No.
So why are you asking me to leave? What did I do wrong?
The store manager asked me to ask you to play.
Okay, so I would like to see the store manager, please.
Okay, she's up front.
She can come to me.
No, well, okay. It's up to her whether she.
I want to know why you guys are asking me to leave when I'm speaking in my language. Is it anybody here speak Somali? Who's the floor manager?
She was just here a minute ago.
This is interesting. I just moved to Texas and look what this racist thing is going on. This is absolutely racist and this is harassment as well. You're asking me to leave a store for doing nothing wrong, for speaking another language, because it makes people uncomfortable for me to speak my language where I have every right to speak.
Maybe dealing with something else.
Exactly, I'm not doing anything
it's
wrong.
Up to you. If you want to, you. Or
I'm shopping, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't bother anybody.
I'm just saying, I was asked to ask you.
Okay.
That's all it was.
I want to know why I'm being asked to leave. Hi. Is there a reason why you're asking me to leave the store?
Because of the fact that I was trying to explain to you how the customers had came in here and they told me that you were using profanity.
But they were lying, ma'am. 'Cause I was speaking in Somali, and I know nobody here speaks Somali. There is no Somali community here.
You're not even letting me try to get to you and talk to you, trying to explain to you. You keep interrupting me. So that's all the reason was for, because first the lady came right here. I was getting ready to go tell you, but I had to go do something. Another one came and she was like, that's when I approached you.
But they're lying, ma'am. Did you see me do anything wrong?
I didn't see you. Two customers came up.
I was speaking another language, so that was absolutely wrong. And I did not do anything wrong. And when you came up to me, that was really offensive. That's why I was like, and I didn't say anything wrong to you. I didn't yell at you. All I said was, they're lying. That's not true. I don't appreciate this. Unless you...
Not today.
I said not today. Exactly, not today. I don't feel like dealing with racism today. Today is Tuesday. This is racism because I'm a black woman in a store and someone comes up to you and tells you she's swearing. You should first see if I'm swearing. You didn't see me swear, so you should have just left me alone. That's what you should have done.
All I did was approach you and asked you. You told me not today. Blah,
not today.
blah, whatever you
I
said.
said not today. That's true. I have every right to say not today. I don't feel like being.
So the manager is saying that she went up to her to ask her, right? And then Rhoda starts going off, not today, not today.
Harassed today. I feel like going to the store, buying my stuff, and not being harassed. So why am I being asked to leave the store?
You were rude, and I was trying to tell you.
I wasn't being rude to you. You came up to me, ma'am, when I was shopping.
I did come up to you because I was.
I have every right to say that I don't want to deal with false line. I don't know if you know how it feels to be a black person, but as a black person, you are always being accused of doing things wrong. And yeah, exactly. So how do you feel when people come up to you and say that she did this? I didn't do anything wrong. Well,
let me tell you, I've been a black woman all my life. Oh my gosh, I've been a black woman all my life. This is the most I've ever heard somebody state that they're a black woman. How many times, black women, how many times out there have you ever stated that you were a black woman? God, how many times? I don't have to walk around in my regular life talking about I'm a black woman, I'm a black woman. Do you know what it's like to be I don't know what's going on. This is bizarre. So the manager is saying she went up to her and the woman started wilding out, and that's why she asked her to leave. And then she's now admitting that she was wilding out.
Well, I would like to be in the store. I have not harassed anybody. I'm a 29-year-old doctoral student. I don't do anything to anybody. That was racist, and you should have been able to evaluate that as a brown woman. Can I continue shopping without being harassed, please? And if I'm not, I'm going to make a lawsuit because this is a racism.
It's totally up to you.
I was not doing anything wrong. This is the third time I'm interrupted, sir. I'm just trying to buy my stuff.
It's totally up to the store whether they want to allow you to
I'm
do
asking the
business,
store.
and it's totally up to you whether you want to stay here. They have politely asked that you leave the store, and that's
For
all
no
they've
reason.
asked. Well, that's just their prerogative.
Are you asking me to leave the store?
Please leave the store, yes, ma'am.
Okay, you will be hearing from me. This is going to be on Facebook, and everybody's going to find out about this, and I will be suing you guys. Thank you guys so much for your racism today. So, you don't know what happened.
All right. Is anybody else here exhausted? This is exhausting. This is exhausting. And I want to show you all something else because people were saying that this is mental illness, right? I'm going to show you something here. Here, I'm going to show you something. Because I believe that there's some mental unwellness that exists here as well. And we know that she is not a reliable witness to her own actions and activities. We know that she has a tendency to escalate situations, to curse people out when they're trying to de-escalate, to call people out of their names, to holler and act up, to not want to leave areas but that she's been asked to leave. This is a pattern that we've seen over and over and over again. She was kicked out at Hilton, kicked out of the Dollar Tree, taken out of the entire Airbnb community. Here. Okay, it is time for us to take another move. These half hours are coming very quickly. It is time for us to move. Share the video because when we come back, we're going to hear from her and some of her struggles with mental unwellness. How does this relate to the brick situation? It doesn't. Or does it? This is just a deeper dive into how she conducts herself, how she navigates, how she escalates, how trouble always seems to find her, how she has not filed a police report. She did not ride in an ambulance, and she did not tell the hospital that she was attacked. Otherwise, the hospital had an obligation to file a police report. News stations in her area are not reporting on this and refuse to touch it. The only person in her area who did report on this is, what's his name? Isaiah Carey, who is an independent Fox producer. And on his page, he did not name the nightclub. He did not verify any of the information. We are hearing that she's refusing to talk to the press. She's refusing to talk to the police. It's being alleged that when the police came, that there were some police that had come or were passing by, that the guys spoke to the police officers. They're saying they spoke to the police officers, but she refused to cooperate with them. And I wonder why. Actually, there's some information that I know that I'm not sharing. But there may be a reason why she did not let the police know who she was. Let's take our movement break. It's time for us to get up. Get up out of your seat. It is time right now to stand up and get some movement in. You all remember that? I'll see you all in 3 minutes. All right. Oh, I was trying to kick my leg over my stool, sideways and front ways. This is a lot harder than it looks. It is a lot harder than it seems. I encourage you, if you have a chair at home, try to kick over that chair. Just lifting your leg. You have no idea how difficult it is, how difficult. The Cash App is still not working. I'll check them all if you're sending. I'll check them all. I'll check the PayPal because the PayPal is working. I don't know what's happening to Cash App servers, but Cash App is having their issues. Whew. All right. Yes, she's a victim. Yes, she's a victim. She's a victim. She's a victim. Yes, she's a victim. Whew. All right. Oh, man. Okay, so she's going to talk a little bit about her mental health struggles. It's not relevant really, but there were people who mentioned it, so I decided to just throw it in because it was something that I came across. So here.
Don't look at me like that. I just went running. I looked dehydrated and I was crying, yes, because I was interviewing a new therapist today and she happened to be a black woman, so I was excited to work with her. And she had such a sweet, kind soul. But she told me that she would not work with me. And she gave me my money back because she doesn't have the skills to work with me and she doesn't believe in doing that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on, more than we could probably imagine. What is the truth? What is the full story? I don't know. There was somebody that's saying she's annoying, but she's still a victim. Yes, she is. Yes, she's a victim. She is a victim. And what I want to encourage us out there about is to not stay a perpetual victim. Don't stay a perpetual victim. Let's do what it is that we can do to break cycles. I'm going to show you all something that I think is relevant, right? I'm going to show you all something that I think is relevant. Here. All right. All right, here. So this is a post that she put up where she says, as I start over in a new city, I'm taking a break from social. It's truly humbling knowing who your real friends are during these hard times. And I'm saddened yet empowered to find out I really don't have friends, just people who use my resources and energy. Time to run it back. I need all of that from me. Peace, y'all. Most of y'all won't ever have access to me again. Exclamation point. Right? Not only that, there's more. There's more, right? This was a few months ago. She says, I'm beyond devastated. I take L's seamlessly often, but this is heartbreaking. I hired a moving company to gather my belongings from my quote unquote friend who offered extra storage and was too cowardice to tell me my stuff was flooded months ago. $1,200 wasted. I arrive at my home with molded, smelly, and destroyed property. I lost 85% of my property that estimates over $30,000 to $40,000 of furnishing, jewelry, paintings. Maybe that's why she did the GoFundMe. She got to get her $40,000 back from her jewelry, paintings, and furniture. Anyway, jewelry, paintings, designer bags, and accoutrements. I take 3 steps forward and only take 20 steps back. I work so very hard, and this is so disheartening. Please pray over me, and I must choose better friends as I enter a new start. Right? So she's saying she doesn't have friends. She's was moving and needed money, and there was this. She was being ripped off, and the moving company took her money, and her friend moldy furniture, and it was going to cost $40,000, and she wasted $1,200, and all of this stuff. So she was also writing about, right? And I mean, listen, we've all been strapped. We've all been strapped for cash, right? We've all been strapped. And here. So she was posting this over and over again, and people was like, oh, how, oh, I can't click on it now. Oh, hold on. Here. So she was writing about how here. Here. Oh my gosh. Oh, here. Here. This is probably the incident that happened. Okay, so here, let's read this. Let's read this real quick. This is the incident that happened where she was okay, so here, let me see. How do I get this up on the screen for you all to see? Here. All right. So she says here, I've always felt that Apple had it out for me. I have every Apple product, and every time a new version comes out, my phone just stops working in one fashion or another. 2 summers ago, a ninja ran off with my phone while my foot was broken and I was limping with a cane. I mean, it was Brooklyn and 2 a.m., but still. And I was asking him for help. What in the evil? Ha 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 ha. Now it makes me fall out laughing, G. But at the time, cold world. Please rebuke this voodoo. So 2 a.m. in the morning, she claims that she was asking a man for help while she was on a cane, and he stole her phone. I have an idea of what she was doing out there 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm not going to say anything. It's not my place to say. It has nothing to do with the story, but let's continue forward. Let's continue forward. Listen. So one of the things that I saw is that she was hard up for money. She was needing some money, saying that she needed. Hold on. All right. What? Listen. I'm. Oh my goodness. Let me just. You know what? I'm just gonna stop here. Oh. Oh. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. I didn't look through all of this. Wait. So my car was stolen tonight? Oh my God. This this is too much. No, but what's interesting is she was engaged to a man earlier this year. But then right before that, her car was stolen. So she went, so here, I'll show this to you all because I don't know how much longer we're going to even, look. So she went to Nigeria and she was with a quote unquote Nigerian man who asked her to marry him. How do I get this up on the screen? Hold on. How do I get this up on the screen? Here. All right, here. So the thing is that she has his name up there. So I don't want to put his name on the screen, but damn, she put this, this is, so how do I want to cover this up because I don't want his name on there. Let me see. So she went to Nigeria and found her a man, right? And right when she was about to break up with him, he proposed to her, right? So let me get something up on the screen. You know what I can do? I can move the screen down. I can move the screen down so that his name is not showing. Okay, there we go. All right, so here. Okay, so she goes literally 4 hours after posting about how I need to leave Nigerian men alone. I get engaged in the same Nigerian garment to a Nigerian and honestly the sweetest, most ethical man I've ever met. Ha 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 ha. I'm such a sensitive cancer gangster that just wants to live out my rom-com. Let me live and feel all my feels. She bagged a good one. Tune into details of my 3 weddings, 2023. White wedding, Nigerian wedding, and the most popping of them all, Somalia wedding. And she says, future Mrs. Doctor, and then she puts his name, and then she shows her ring. I'll see if I can scroll down just a little to show. Let me see if I can click on this so you can see the ring. No, it's not letting me click on it, so I'll show the ring a little bit. Oh, it shows, it clicked on it. So there was her ring that she got, and she was in love and everything. So happy for her. But right before that, her car was stolen. Let's take a look at that, right? Here. Here. Oh. Somebody says it probably was stolen. Maybe it was, but what I'm saying is all of this, I read all of this misfortune is too much. It's just too much. It's one thing after another. This seems exhausting. And if this is you, and if this is how your life is going down, I beg you, please make changes. Please. Here, let's read about her car ordeal. And then after that, I'm done. And I'm going to ask you all for your self-love lessons from all of this, right? Because this is a lot. Now she's talking about she's a lesbian, and her Instagram page was taken down in January, and she's asking people for resources to help her get her IG page back. Oh my gosh. All right. So she says, so my car was stolen tonight. Whoever or whatever. Let me. So my car was stolen tonight. Whoever or whatever that has been cursing my name, I rebuke you. I'm calling in all good energy and all good things from here on out. I'm going to finish the year strong and get an even better car. The universe is always conspiring for my greatness. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. Man. So that's all. I don't want to. I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to read anymore. There's a lot of things to go through, and I'm fatigued, right? I'm fatigued. There's just so much. There's just so much. Nonetheless, what are all your thoughts? What are your thoughts on all of this? This was a long broadcast that went over a lot. Let me see how long we've been here. We've been here for 2 hours, right? Ro, please get the police involved. You've been through a lot. Keep working to get a therapist and work on healing internally, externally. Get the police involved. Get some good lawyers on the team. Sue the nightclub. Get this guy found and arrested. He needs to be off the street, because if he's going around acting like that, he needs to be stopped. Let me see these self-love lessons. But remember, our self-love lessons are spoken from what it is that we do want, right? I am fatigued. I am fatigued. If you're not, I mean, look, you've been here for 2 hours. You're not fatigued, right? You're not fatigued. SLL, let me see what the self-love lesson is. Self-love lesson, come on. I want to speak from what it is that we do want. So you want a happy song. So let's see. Come on, self-love lessons. What are the self-love lessons that you can learn from this situation? You know what? There's something wrong. Even if she's afraid, the hospital has to report it to the police. If a crime was committed, the hospital has to report. She called a black woman a canine. She called her dog a bitch. I think did she call her coon as well? SLL, I should keep my personal business private because what you put online stays online. Absolutely. 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 So here, David is making jokes about the brick. David, that's not funny. It's not funny. Because you'll be the first person, if somebody shoots you down or hurts you, you'll be the first person to want some sort of justice. Here, I just found you. There we go. Anybody else? Self-love lessons. Self-love lessons. I know what my self-love lesson is from all of this. I want to see what yours are. So instead of saying my past does not define me, I need you to speak from the affirmative. What is it that you do want? We're not going to use words like not, don't, doesn't, no, never. We're going to use words for what it is that we do want. So rewire your statement. And unfortunately, the past is a part of the continuous now. Our now becomes our past. It's just one continuum. This is now the past of the moment that is about to come. So the past is definitely a part of your story. And if you are not actively working on creating ways to create shift, then you are continuing to perpetuate the same behaviors. I will check the facts of a story before making a decision. I'm putting the best version of myself in the world. I continue to ask questions to gain a better understanding of any situation. Let's see, come on, let's see these self-love lessons. What is the lesson that you've learned about loving yourself, deepening your self-love? I reserve my energy and wait for more information to formulate my opinion. I respect the people around me and learn restraint when I'm angry. I love that. I love that. I love that. I need to conduct myself in a decent manner, private or public. SLL, instead of saying I don't follow the crowd, switch it into what it is that you do want. Affirm what is the positive of that statement. I know what my self-love lesson is, and somebody's self-love lesson is very close to what mine is, because I'll tell you all my self-love lesson. My self-love lesson is, I'll wait to see a few more of yours. I make my mental and emotional health a priority. Yes. I value myself enough to be in close proximity to people who inspire me. Yes. Yes. Victim ideology and identity is a plague, definitely is problematic. I have discernment with viral stories. And listen, we don't know what the truth is. We don't. Well, we know the truth that we've been speaking, but we don't know what the full story is. It's still developing. It's still developing. There's 1,100 people on here. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. If you are not on the text notification squad and you want to get a text, if you've been thinking about joining the text notification squad and you haven't joined yet, the link is in the description. It's tonyatko.com/text. And you can be among the first to be here when I come live. So you're always a part of the live show. I'll put the link right here in the tonyatko.com, and the link is also in the description. I lift up abuse victims. Okay. If that is your self-love lesson, what you've learned about continuing to learn yourself, learn to love yourself, I want this to be about you, about what you've learned internally for yourself and your self-love. I want positive interactions in my life. So let's make sure that we're stating it from what it is that we do have. So I have positive interactions. I attract positive interactions. So, all right. Okay. Oh, somebody is saying that she hasn't protected herself or the women that gave her $40K by pressing charges to get a psychopath off the streets. Now, that is true. Well, I can't say that that's true, but you know, that's an interesting way of looking at it. That's an interesting way of looking at it. And somebody saying I need to stop jumping on everything. I want you all to care for people who are having troubles. I want you all to care for people. SLL, get a pew pew. I feel you on that. I want you all to care for people. I do want you all to I want you to love and care for people. I believe Black women, believe victims, and be discerning. Be discerning not to jump all in. Reserve just a little bit for what may develop. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say on that. All right. And so my self-love lesson, because I am a person that complains to the manager. I ask for management. I am one of those type of people that complain when things are not right. I am one of those type of people who write letters. I'm one of those type of people who let my voice be heard. My self-love lesson is about the law of diminishing return. At some point, it begins to cost me more. At some point, it begins to cost me more to stay in the exchange than to leave the exchange. So my self-love lesson is knowing when to cut my losses. My self-love lesson is to maintain my integrity as I approach these situations and realize that I am representing myself in conflict, and that at some point it's so rather than using the word not, I'm going to switch the self-love lesson into what it is that I want, that I engage in advocating to the point that it benefits me, and that's it. Not benefits me, but how do I say that it is supporting of self-love, that I engage in advocacy to the point that it is engaging in self-love. Once it goes beyond that, I need to cut my losses. And this situation, seeing her going to that desk and hollering, I don't get down like that. However, I do sometimes, you know, so the other day, right? The other day, right? I asked for my money back on something, and they shortchanged me by a penny. And I asked for my penny. I'm like, look, I want my full money back. It was just a penny. I could have let it go, and I probably won't let that go in the future, but I know when I'm asking for customer service, I know when I'm asking, I need to cut my losses. I just felt that it was, I just personally, to me, it was the principle. It was the principle. It's like, come on. Why would you give me less rather than more? Why should I be the one that's shortchanged? Even if it's a penny, I shouldn't have been like that. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I know. I'm embarrassed for me. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should have seen the way they looked at me. It was the principle for me. It was the principle, because it's like, why shortchange me? I didn't get the thing. No, give me my full money. You know what it was? What was troubling me was that they didn't just return the money back to the card. They wanted to give me cash, and then they wanted to shortchange me by a penny. I didn't want the cash to begin with, but this is my self-love lesson that I have to know when to cut my losses. No, they not keeping the penny. They not keeping the penny. They not keeping it. They not keeping it. They're going to give me my money. Give me my money back. I'm embarrassed for me, but I don't go cursing people out and all of that. That right there is indicative of something going on internally with a person and all of that. Like, we don't have to be cruel. You know what I mean? We don't have to be cruel to other people. And then it's funny how when she decided to start calling people bees, she called the black woman a bee. It's like, here you are, you're supposed to be a social justice warrior, but you're calling a black woman all types of bees. That to me was, notice she didn't call the white person a bee. She didn't do that. But when it came to a sister, she opened up her mouth to call this woman out of her name. And I just, pennies do add up, but I didn't have to wait there for the penny. But to me, it was the principle, the goal. It's like, you don't want to return it back to my card and you want to shortchange me a penny. Like, just give, like, this doesn't even need to be a conversation. Just give me back the full return. It's as simple as that. Just as simple as that. Nonetheless. So listen, I appreciate you all for coming out. I know I didn't have to be like that, but I was like that. And they should have just they should just returned it back to the card. They didn't have to do me like that. James, we don't want to hear all of that. Go to a religious channel to go put up your religious talk. Go do that. You don't have to do that here. Someone is saying she's a fake justice warrior. You know what? That is interesting. So she's a social justice warrior who was allegedly attacked and files no police report so that she could get justice and be a warrior for that justice. And so that other women would not be out here with a person who would do something like that. I've already taken that man's commenting privileges away temporarily. All right. So on that note, let me see if the Cash Apps are still not working. I'll get them in the mornings. But this lipstick will be available this winter. I like it. It's very vampy, right? This is I forgot what you all call this color. We're working on the SKU. Thank you to the people who came to the accountability party last week. And so I appreciate all of you for coming out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is realizing when you are getting into these constant, incessant conflicts, if people are constantly calling the police on you, if you're constantly being put out of establishments, if you're constantly being banned from services and locations and constantly finding yourself in discord and vitriol and disagreements and all of this stuff, if you're constantly finding yourself in drama, if you all want earrings, I can make earrings for this year. I can do that. But you all need to let me know what you want now so that I can order them and they could be here in enough time. So if you're constantly finding yourself in those situations, you're the common denominator. You've got to look at yourself. And I need to look at myself and see what are the patterns that I constantly find myself in. What are the situations that continue to come up where there is need for healing and changing ways? People continue to talk about becoming the best version of themselves. In order to become the quote-unquote best version of yourself, you've got to make changes. And it seems like far too many of us don't want to make changes. We want to blame other people. We want to put the blame on others, etc. But I'm telling you that there are changes that we've got to make. And this is why I am not just an entertainer. I am an educator. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. And when I talk with you all about your self-love lessons, about creating shifts and doing things differently. When I do these stories and we talk about it from a self-love standpoint, these are the things that you can work on with yourself to be in a greater sense of self-love. So on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for coming out. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you. I'll see you in a video if we do one tomorrow. Oh, I forgot to check the PayPal before we left. Let me check the PayPal real quick. Oh, man. Oh, nothing here either. I wonder if both of their servers are down. All right. I will see you all maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Good night, everyone.